Rihanna was on the cover of Vogue looking gorgeous as ever. She is the most beautiful pregnant woman to grace God's green earth, and she looks stunning, and she talked all about her pregnancy, insane. Her style, fashion, A$AP Rocky, what she did during lockdown. It was really a great article, and I think that Rihanna's personality always comes out in these things.
Yeah.
And you just see how funny she is and how real she is, and also how kind she is to interviewers. Like, I think you see it on the red carpet often. She's always joking around with the ones that she knows. Yeah. And it seemed like she knew her already.
People.
She remembered her. They did an interview a while back in Paris. So
yeah, they seem like they have like an actual relationship.
Yes. And it was a really good article.
Really, really good. I mean, the whole thing is so Rihanna. Paris Fashion Week, getting to see that inside look, seeing these outfits that she's wearing in these pictures, insane. I mean, there's one of her in the tub, which is epic, and then there's another with her like with the big window open in Paris, and it looks like she's just in like the comforter from like the bed, but it's a coat. It's a Marc Jacobs coat. And she's in, obviously, Savage Fenty underwear. And she's got, like, these, earrings, the big diamond earrings. Absolutely stunning. And I love that she talked about these looks when underwear is involved or things like that. And she's like, people are going to see my underwear anyway. Might as well be mine. Like, when it comes to, like, wearing her Savage Fenty underwear and having it, like, be a part of the outfit. It's like, yeah, I mean, people are probably going to see it anyway. So, like, good point.
I love Rihanna. Point. I love Rihanna's style. She talked about how she wasn't going to be shopping down the maternity aisle.
No.
That she's going to keep.
I love what she said.
She doesn't want to wear something that she wouldn't have worn when she's not pregnant, which I think is awesome. I think
too much fun to get dressed up, she said.
I think more people need to take that lead. Now, there's nothing wrong with if you want to wear maternity clothes, but you won't catch me wearing maternity clothes when I'm pregnant. Like, I know that for a fact. But just because it's about style, like when you have such, like Rihanna, who has her own style, and everybody knows that she has such a profound style and people know her style, you're like, she's not just going to switch that up because she's pregnant. She's going to make her pregnancy style her own thing, and she crushes it. Like, her style right now might be the best style she's ever had.
I know.
Like, every single outfit that she wears, I'm like, I want to wear that outfit.
She said, I'm hoping that we were able to redefine what's considered decent for pregnant women. My body is doing incredible things right now, and I'm not going to be ashamed of that. This time should feel celebratory, because why should you be hiding your pregnancy?
I thought that was great, and I also picture A$AP Rocky looking at her and being like, oh my God, this is the mother of my child. Like, how fucking beautiful is she? Like, and just walking around pregnant like that. Like, she's just so beautiful.
She said fashion-wise, they've been like iron sharpening iron, like between the two of them. Like,
oh my God, her caption yesterday on Instagram, I almost cried.
The Fashion Killer?
I was like, what a throwback. Because Rihanna was in his Fashion Killer music video. I was like, oh, these two.
Yeah.
These two. I love them so much. I love Rihanna and A$AP Rocky together so much.
Yeah.
And to hear the way that she talked about him and taking him home to her family. And obviously he was in the friend zone for a while. I think we knew that. Like, if you watch interviews between Rihanna and A$AP Rocky from years ago, A$AP Rocky always called Rihanna like his sister, because he's probably couldn't get out of the friend zone.
Yeah. She said, she's like, it's very hard. She said, people won't get out of the friend zone very easily with me.
And then there was an incident where he grabbed her ass on stage at the VMAs in 2012 while she was performing. And
they were performing together.
And her team was ready to... I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
And her team was ready for Rihanna to be in like a really bad mood, because you just don't do that to Rihanna. And they were like, well, she must like this guy a little bit, because she didn't really care that much.
Right.
So I think that people have been rooting for Rihanna and A$AP for a while, and I think that they were rooting for each other for a while. But she also mentioned that she had to get over things that she knew about him, and he had to get over things that he knew about her, because they had been friends for so long. So they obviously knew a lot about each other, and probably like past relationships and all things that you don't probably want to know or hear about your significant other. So, but that must make their relationship even better.
Yeah. She said they knew how much trouble they could land each other in, which is exactly right. You hear the worst you're with your guy friends or you're chatting about your relationships or ex relationships, you're telling her like bad shit that you did or that happened to you and vice versa, and then you're probably just like, oh my god, like remember when what happened with that girl, like how am I supposed to
do
like
that to me?
But they just clearly were able to get past that. He said that he became her family in the time like during lockdown where they were able to really spend a lot of time together. They took a road trip in the summer of 2020 from LA to New York, and they were in like a big tour bus, and they just did it, the two of them. And she said that they would park and Rihanna would grill barefoot while Rocky tie-dyed t-shirts picked up at the gas station. She said, I cooked our food on this little janky grill I bought from Walmart. I still have it too. It works like nobody's business. I love the simple things, but also the grand adventures. There's no pretentious, my brand, your brand bullshit. It's just us living. I just feel like I can do any part of life by his side.
It's fucking beautiful. I might name my kid Rocky.
It's a good name.
I like the name Rocky. Yeah. I know a Rocky in my family.
You can also you could also go with Rocco and like make, if you wanted it to have that Italian spin and then call him Rocky.
And then it's Rocky.
Yeah.
Like Rocky Balboa. Mm-hmm, yeah. My family loves Rocky. Yeah. My brother's got Rocky posters on his wall. Yeah.
Rambo.
Interesting.
That's definitely a good name. It is a very good name. I just also imagine the thought of the two of them pulled over in some like parking lot, Walmart parking lot with their tour bus, like hanging, watching like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills on the tour bus. And just, I don't know, I can never get past like how much of a big Bravo fan Rihanna is. And it just makes me think like in these moments, you always make your boyfriend watch a show that you're watching, especially if you're driving across the country, there's nowhere for you to go. You're on this tour bus together. If she's like, I got to catch up on an episode and ASAP Rocky's watching like, who's that? Who's that?
He's probably like, I'll do anything for you, Rihanna.
Yeah.
Also, they probably just smoked a ton of weed and watched Real Housewives, which just sounds funny, and then ate hot dogs.
I know, and I love that they kind of have like this connection where he did go home with her to Barbados and met her mom, and that her mom, really likes him, charmed by him. And they also said that, A$AP Rocky was born and raised in Harlem, but he does have some roots in Barbados. His late father immigrated from Barbados. So Rihanna talked about like seeing him in that space. I feel like that's such a great connection for them that I didn't even know they had, because I just feel like she's so connected to Barbados and like that's such like home, and she's so connected to that. And for him to have like a little bit of that is probably so nice.
It's just beautiful. Yeah. The whole thing's beautiful.
She said, what I love the most about us, transparency with everything, how we're feeling, what our goals are, what our fears and insecurities are, the vulnerability to be able to say what you feel about each other. It is beautiful. There was no planning for the pregnancy. She said it's just like she wasn't, monitoring. Only Rihanna can say. I don't know when I ovulate or any of that type of shit. We just had fun.
Yeah. And she said they weren't planning for it, but they weren't planning against it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
Take that as you will. You know what that means.
Yeah, exactly. And so just hearing that connection is so great. And yes, she does have this connection. They're talking about babies, just her friends who have babies, family members that have babies, like where she would want to raise her kids. And there is a little bit of music talk, which we do kind of forget. I feel like it was such a big thing of like, when is she going to put out new music, that now it's just like the last thing you ask in an interview. It's like, oh, by the way, music ?
Yeah, everyone kind of let it go because they're like, all right, she's pregnant, we won't bother her, but like, still, are you going to release anything?
Yeah, she said, I'm looking at my next project completely differently from the way I had wanted to put it out before. I think this way suits me better, a lot better. It's authentic, it'll be fun for me, and it takes a lot of pressure off. So no idea what that means. But
no, that was Rihanna giving an answer without giving any answer whatsoever.
Yeah, there'll be no baby showers for Rihanna as well. And if she does throw one, it's going to be a massive party. She said She's like, no brunch, no blush tones, no animal shape, nothing. She said it's lit for a lot of people. I've planned some like that before, not for me. She said, personally, I want a party. I want everyone to be plastered and crawling out, and it's got to be co-ed. Don't put me in a wicker chair and have gifts everywhere.
I'm so fucking with her on this. I said this to you the other day about baby shower.
Yeah.
I will not be having a baby shower like that. I told you not to either.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
It's just the most ridiculous. Showers are a scam.
Yeah.
I know that people like send gifts and everything.
Yeah.
Like, let's figure out another way to do all of this because I think they're the biggest scam on the planet. Nobody wants to go to them.
They are literally just to get gifts.
It's literally just to get gifts. Like, let's think of another way to do this because it's terrible.